Hey there, guys. I just want to talk to you today about something really exciting, and it's actually called the Oprah effect, and it's something that a lot of businesses aren't aware of, and it's a really cool way that you potentially could get your business and your product or you in front of thousands, or millions of people. So, what is the Oprah effect, and why should you care as a business owner? Well, I think it was back in, when was it? 2008. Oprah promoted Eckhart Tolle's book. I think it was called A New Earth. And that book, she popped it on her book list. And when she popped it on the book list, he was able to sell more than 3.5 million copies. So, getting Oprah to endorse you about anything is massive. And getting her and leveraging her audience and her reach and her power is something that is obviously super powerful for any business. So, how can a magazine possibly help you to get the Oprah effect in your business? So basically the idea of the Oprah effect is that you are able to work with or leverage other people's audiences to promote you or your product or service. So it's pretty much that simple, but there are some tricks that you need to know in doing it. The first one is to make sure that the influencer or the person that you're trying to reach out to promote your product is actually someone that would promote something that you've got to offer. So, if you've got a highly technical widget that goes into a computer system that, they use on the space shuttle, don't know if they've got those anymore, then you're not probably likely to get someone like an Oprah to promote your product. But if there's an influencer in your space, or in that space, pardon the pun, if there's an influencer that you know in that area that's got real clout and real credibility in the industry, then that's where the gold lies. So using a magazine and being the editor-in-chief, now for those of you who haven't watched my previous lives or checked out the link to our event, a magazine is a way that we're utilizing as a marketing tool. So this isn't just a colorful brochure. We're talking about using a magazine to promote and to extend the reach of your business and reach out to people and open doors that you never thought possible. So you are now positioned as the editor-in-chief of your magazine, which might be up in space, for want of a better title, as I'm flinking off the top of my head. So you go out and you reach out to that influencer and you ask to interview them in your magazine. Now, that's great that you interview them for the magazine, and it really does open doors. So going to someone as the editor-in-chief and asking them to promote them and to do a story on them in your magazine, written the right way. There's some tricks and tips on how to, really engage them and make them feel like, they want to be a part of your publication and the way you angle it. But written to them and ask, you're the editor-in-chief, would they be kind enough to do an interview or offer you some content that you could share with your audience? I haven't yet had someone say no. I've had a couple of, could we do it in September? Because, we're launching something, but I haven't had a rejection from anyone. Even maybe the first time, I'll wait to see what the first issue looks like. But after that, we make sure we keep them in a loop and we go back to them and they eventually come into a magazine. So you're going in, you're the editor-in-chief, and you're asking someone that's influential in your space. And I'll do another live one day about what influencers are and what sort of influencers to attract. But you go to that influencer and you get them to give you an article or talk about something that is of interest to them that they want to promote in your magazine. That's not where it stops. The trick is to then engage with that influencer ongoing and to work and have a relationship with that influencer or that contributor in your magazine so that you can work together for mutual benefit. So of course, if Joe Bloggs, who's the space shuttle dude, has his article published in this magazine, do you think he might want to share it? Do you think he might want to let the people know out there that, look at me, I've just been featured in Up in Space or whatever I called our magazine. So do you think he might do that? They do. So people, luckily for us, human beings have egos, and people like to share and to let people know that they've been featured in a magazine. So, that's a great part. That starts sort of the match that lights the fire as far as getting the contributor to share your magazine. And within that magazine, of course, you're being positioned as the editor-in-chief, and then also you're writing content or you're creating content around yourself, your business, your product. If you're a coach, you're giving tips. If you've got a product, you might be doing some ads and a product review. And so in the magazine, you've got content that's shared with the ether. You might even have, if you're really clever, some lead magnets or competitions where you can ask people to join a list, and obviously then you're able to market to them down the track. So the first part is send them a copy of the magazine interview. Let them know that it's it's now launched, whether that's online or in print, and get them to share it. Then the trick is to remind them to keep sharing it, because people are busy. So there's all sorts of tricks you can do to do that. One of the things we do for our clients is we actually create collateral that we send to the influencers, staggered emails that we send to them to let them know little things about what's happening with the magazine. So just so you know, we've just sent a press release out, Joe Smith, about your article and your feature in our magazine. Here's a copy of the press release. Be great if you could share it with your audience. It's such a great article and I'm sure they'd like to hear from you. We also create social media collateral. So we create posts for them, Instagram posts, I've been featured in, check out my article in. We do all sorts of little gold nuggets like that so that, we make it easy for them. The simpler you can make it for these contributors to share your magazine and what you've got to say, the better. And I think that's the key to any of these relationships that you form in business, but particularly this one is don't go into asking a contributor like, contacting Oprah and saying, hey, can you flog my book? You've got to look at what's in it for them. Why would they be a part of it? What's in it for, for Oprah, obviously she's got to fill the holes within her, the book list that the books that she likes to promote, and she's an avid reader. But, for other businesses, what is it that would be of benefit to them? Now, the beauty of a magazine is being featured in any magazine is really beneficial. People can put it in the media section on their website, and it gives them credibility. It gives them positioning. So make sure you let them know that. Our magazine, offers the opportunity for people to be really positioned as experts. So that's the other great thing about being in this space is that you start to look like an investor and people want to hang out with you. So you can nurture those relationships. You can, make contact with them on a regular basis. And, some of the beauty that's come out of these joint venture relationships, one of our clients has been lucky enough to, is actually doing a joint venture on a very big event. That's something that came out of a relationship that was formed by them contributing to a magazine. So, imagine you could have the Oprah effect in your business. Really is something you can do. If you know the tools and you follow the steps, you decide who the influencers are that are really important and really make sense to your business. You then go out and reach out to them and ask them to be in your magazine, making sure that there's a fair exchange and that, that you're going to write about them and they're going to share it for you, and then just nurturing that relationship and encouraging them to share it. That's the key to making this work, and that's the key to actually creating, lighting the match and creating a real bushfire, and having, what we call mobile billboards out there talking about your business. It's like having a big billboard on a really, busy highway. If you've got some big influencers just talking about your business, I know another client actually got a really big coach who just did a tweet. And, has been able to book thousands and thousands, tens of thousands worth of jobs from having a magazine and having this person share the magazine. So I hope that gives you some thoughts. If you've got a business and you want to try and engage an influencer, whether it's through a magazine or through other means of just simply creating a connection, remember to go into the relationship and look for the mutual, where it's mutually beneficial, what you're both going to get out of it. But from a magazine point of view, the doors that it will open as far as being able to ring and say the editor-in-chief, and the yeses that you'll get as far as wanting to work with these people is remarkable. So if you do want to know more and you want to know how the gold, because there's some secret bits and pieces, the special sauce, as I keep saying, that you need to know in order to make this really work, then come along to our event. I've popped a link down here in the comments section. So come along to the event. It's the 20th and to the 22nd of July on the Gold Coast, and I'll teach you all the insider secrets and gold nuggets that you need to know in order to get maybe Oprah promoting your business. Have a great day.